What's up, Havelock? Welcome back to another podcast. Today, I've got a couple friends with me from Havelock High School FFA, and they're going to talk to us about FFA and all the great things they're doing. But first off, why don't y'all introduce yourselves? Just tell everybody who we got with us today.
Hi, my name is Josie and George, and I am the president of the FFA chapter.
Hi, my name is George Santiago Carrera, and I serve as a reporter of our chapter.
You want to look at the camera?
Oh, sorry.
Welcome, Josie and George. Thanks for coming to hang out with us today. So let's start right off with the good information, which is you guys have some upcoming events. So you guys have really been focused on getting out in the community with FFA this year, right?
Absolutely.
And so as part of that focus, you got some upcoming events. Let's get those out right now before we get into the rest of it. George, fill us in on a few things you got coming up.
So first things first that we have coming up is that we have our homecoming parade at the Havelock High School, where the FFA will actually have like a float themselves. Our theme is Once Upon a Time, so we're doing Toy Story because it kind of like ties into Disney.
Yeah.
So that's going to be on the 18th of October, like from 2 p.m. to like 3, moving on with that.
So if you want to see the parade, where do you need to go? It's going to leave the high school and come where, like by the middle school and between the library and here at City Hall?
Yes.
Okay, so you can come park in where the IGA used to be in that empty parking lot. You can park at City Hall and walk over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or over by the library, probably any of that area.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So next on the list, we have our state fair that the HHS chapter will be attending. So with that, we're doing this can drive. So we're getting like cans to give to a program that gives us our tickets to get into the state fair for free.
You have to have 6 cans.
Mm-hmm.
Per
in order to
person?
get in. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be on the 24th of October from 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the afternoon. And after that, we have our Havelock Trunk or Treat on the 25th of October. That's going to be at the Rec Center from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then we also have a very fun event, our alumni chapter interest meeting. I'm going to leave that to Josie to give a little info on that.
Alumni interest. Let's go.
Yes. So it's alumni and friends, so you don't necessarily have to have been in the FFA. It can be parents, it can be parents' friends, it can be anybody. We're really trying to create a group of people who can help the chapter. And some of the things that, because it is a student-led organization, some of the things the students can't do, and then it's left up to the advisor, and that's a lot of things on the advisor's plate, along with every single other thing that they're doing. So it would really help just to have some parents come out and help organize the functions, and it would just be a big help.
So since it's alumni and friends, they could be alumni of the Havelock FFA, or they could be like, hey, I was in the FFA in a different county when I was in high school, and now I want to give back. I live in Havelock. I want to give to this one. Or you could just love to eat and know that farmers provide food,
Yes.
and just be like, I want to support the FFA and grow new leaders, which is
Yes.
what y'all are leadership based.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody could join that alumni chapter. When's that interest meeting again?
That interest meeting is on the 28th of October from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
And is it at the high school?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, George. Tell us about your big event coming up. Y'all got a big one planned for October, what is it, 30th?
Yes.
All right, tell us about that one, George.
So, in collaboration with the City of Havelock, the HHS FFA chapter is hosting a Halloween-themed movie night that we're going to have like at the Havelock City Park. It's going to be from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we actually have a lot of stuff going on. Like, we have face paint, we have a costume contest at the very beginning. We're going to have like games and toys there to win, a raffle as well.
Okay.
It's going to be really nice. And like, we had a QR code that the people of our high school and the community of Havelock can like vote on which movie, and they actually chose A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing A Nightmare Before Christmas, chosen by the community and,
Yes.
and your students at Havelock High School by voting. and we're going to show Nightmare Before Christmas. Is the movie going to be at the beginning or the end? You're doing that at the end, I presume?
Yeah.
I think it's a little darker.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because like our costume contest is gonna start at 6:30, and then when that ends and everything is situated, we're gonna have like the movie playing.
Okay. And did you say food trucks?
Yes.
There will be food trucks out there, so people can come buy some food too and eat at your event.
Yes.
There's also going to be some like free things there, or things that aren't as expensive, because we want everyone to be able to get things that they want.
Okay. Cool. So that's October 30th in our city park where the stage is. You're doing it in cooperation with the city of Havelock, which I love.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of kids over the last couple of years just begging for a Halloween event, and you guys are making that happen with us, and we appreciate that.
Of course.
Cool. So looking forward to that, October 30th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Josie, why did you join the FFA?
So I kind of got voluntold into it by my advisor. I didn't want to take another gym class, so I just randomly picked a class. And I kind of feel like that has to mean something, because I think the universe was just telling me, maybe you should just do this instead. So I signed up for a competition for state convention, and then when I went there, I was like, whoa, this is kind of really fun, and I really learned what FFA is. And then I went to FFA camp, which is a week-long camp. It's really, really fun. And I don't know, I kind of just... It really inspired me to be a better person all around, and it just made me happier, and I made so many new friends who I never, ever would have thought like I would have been friends with, and it was just very eye-opening, and I just really loved it.
All right. George, how'd you get an FFA?
So freshman year, this is my advisor's first year teaching at Havelock High School as well. We were in this class for horticulture, and I see in the closet door that there is this like blue, very nice corduroy jacket, and I go, how can I get that? I really wanted that jacket. So I talked to her, and she told me that I had to join FFA, and I was like, what's FFA? And she gave me a whole rundown of it. Surprisingly, my first year that I wanted it, I did kind of tell her no. But next year that I was more involved, and I'm seeing how like it really affects me and the people around me, and how much of an impact it has on me. I've like grown to love and like appreciate FFA, because I would have never thought that like freshman year me would be like what I am today, because of how much I've grown and how much I've seen that like my presence and like help in our chapter can have an impact on people socially and like with our chapter itself. And it was just really fun. I competed in a competition for tool identification, CDE, and I won. And so that gave me a very big ego boost that I had to check.
No.
So
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you were on cloud 9 when you got back from winning that thing.
I was so
Yes,
happy.
sir.
And then
You earned it though.
Thank
Yes.
you. I really did.
You studied?
You did. You put a lot of work in.
Every
Man.
Wednesday it was like studying for a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And so I wanted to do more. I didn't get to go to FFA camp unfortunately this year, but I did go to state convention where I got to meet like more new people and like have such a good experience there with like the competitions and like having a good time with my team, like my officer team and the chapter itself. It was really fun and refreshing to like have that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I've watched both of y'all change in the last couple of years. Of course, Josie, I've known you for a minute.
Yeah.
And you, of course, you've grown a lot over the years. But just in the last 2 years, I've watched both of you guys kind of change in how you look at things and kind of how you're leading the organization now that you guys are part of the leadership team, because you have a whole leadership team, right? So let me ask you this, because people don't think about this, right? FFA, everybody that's older like me is going to be like, oh, Future Farmers of America. Like, how many farms you worked on, George?
0.
How many farms have you worked on, Josie?
0.
Okay, y'all do have some animals and stuff that you take care of at the
Yes.
school in coordination with the classes and stuff. But the national FFA group is bigger than that, right? Y'all spend a lot of time about leadership. What else? Like when you went to state convention, just real quick, couple things you heard about, topics like leadership or, you know, the things that you kind of heard at state convention, like that are a bigger topic. Is leadership kind of the big deal? Like y'all talk about leadership a lot, I know.
Yes. Leadership, committees, anything you can honestly think of, that's what they do. That's just the whole big idea of it. Like, agriculture, I know it's like, oh, farms and everything, but it has its part in everything. And that's what some people don't realize. Whenever they hear FFA, they're just like, oh, I don't want to go farm. Like, I don't want to touch animals. But it's so much more than that, and you learn so much more. You learn how to be a better version of yourself, how to make friends, how to be able to get a job, and just really become a stronger person.
So as part of you guys' projects getting out in the community, some of our citizens will recognize you guys too, and some of your other members, because you wear these Havelock FFA shirts
everywhere.
And you come to our music in the park, our movies in the park.
You'll see us everywhere.
Y'all passed out food at National Night Out. You had you were like 40 deep.
Yeah.
You were like 40 deep out there. Y'all had, you were passing out pizza, hot dogs, everything that we had out there, making sure our citizens have what they need as part of your service. So that's the other part, which, we could have a leadership podcast one day and talk about service. But I think,
probably,
the number one, you got to be able to serve if you want to be a leader. You guys are two good examples of that.
That's our big idea, to give back to the community.
And I know FFA encourages you guys to serve your communities and stuff. I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. This chapter's only been reinvigorated for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
You're already making an impact.
Yeah.
So if you want to help FFA make an impact, let's run back through a couple of the main events before we wrap up. All right, so on October 28th is the alumni, is that right?
Yes.
So October 28th, if you want to help these young folks, and how many members y'all got in the chapter now?
A little bit over 60,
Okay.
maybe 65.
So they've got 60 or 65
That's
young
a lot of
people
people to take care of.
Mhm.
It is at Havelock High School that are trying to do things in the community. They're trying to do
Mm-hmm.
service. They're trying to grow as leaders. If you want to help, and you're either an alumni of an FFA chapter or you just want to be friends of an alumni group
Mm-hmm.
and come help out your organization, come out that night at the high school. What time does it start?
It starts at 5 and
5
ends at
o'clock.
6:30.
So 5 to 6:30, hour and a half of your life, interest meeting at Havelock High School. You can help these great young folks on their leadership journey. If you want to come participate in some of the things they're doing for the community, come out October 30th, and you can participate in their event. They're doing in coordination with the city of Havelock. And by the way, these folks met with our rec director. They've talked to him about what the event looks like and how they can help and how rec can help. And they've done this partnership, which I think that's a big part of leadership too, is building
We've made a
partnerships.
lot of progress this year.
And
Absolutely.
I'm proud of that. I know you guys are proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
All right, so a couple quick questions for you guys. What'd you eat for breakfast, George?
I
Come on,
ate a breakfast burrito.
Breakfast burrito. All
That's
right.
pretty good.
Josie,
Yeah.
what'd you eat? You ate a donut or something. What'd you eat?
I wish. I had a bagel.
A bagel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like a donut without icing. It's like a bagel. Right?
Yeah, I
mean,
guess. It was blueberry though, so
Right.
it was
Do you-
pretty good.
Has the leadership journey y'all been on, has it taught you to make your beds every morning? Do you make your beds in the morning?
Yes.
You do,
Very
George?
much.
George is
Yes.
all about it.
I'm so organized now because of everything that I have to keep track of. It keeps me in the set of mind where if I don't get something done, it's really gonna bother me.
So FFA and your leadership journey has helped you grow in your personal life, not just at the school.
Yes.
Awesome. Josie, did you make your bed this morning?
I
You don't make your
cannot
bed.
say the same, honestly. I make sure everything's taken care of though. FFA wise.
I got you.
Yep.
No problem. All right. Thank y'all for coming and being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Of course.
I hope so the community members can get out at some of your events coming up. And even after October, don't be afraid to pay attention to what the FFA is doing, because they're doing stuff for the whole rest of the school year, all the way to May and even into the summer. So
Yes,
keep a watch on you
absolutely.
guys.
We're always busy.
We post
Alright.
everything on our social medias, from Facebook to Instagram and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all heard it here. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And you guys, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right on.